Tommy, when you do this, do you get an indication on your headphones or so you can hear us? Okay, good. All right. Let the record reflect that I've taken roll that all members of the utility board are present today. Having a quorum, we will proceed. We have one item on our agenda this afternoon, and that is an ordinance approving and authorizing the purchase of real property located at 4705 8th Avenue in Vienna. This will be an ordinance on first reading. It will require a second reading before it actually goes into effect. Um, we've had lots of discussions over the last few years about this piece of property, and it's been determined that if we buy this piece of property, that we can install a uh, stormwater retention system on that piece of property, since it is the lowest piece of property in the neighborhood, and that it would significantly improve the drainage issues that are there and the surrounding neighborhoods. One item I wanted to tell you before we actually move on to the ordinance itself was I had a conversation this morning. The city recently sold several pieces of surplus equipment, some cars, some trucks. Craig had a breaker for a Bobcat attachment and what have you. Anyway, we ended up making over $40,000 with the sale of these items that we had. Typically, if we would have gotten $5,000 out of that stuff in the past, we would have thought we did really well. And so to have gotten $40,000 is incredible. And that puts us well over $100,000 for just the equipment that we've sold in the last year. So I think we're up to almost 150,000 to be honest. But
I thought it was 140. So.
Yeah, I mean it's huge, and that's a great thing. But at any rate, so I had a conversation this morning, and I've asked Amy to reach out. We do gov deals, and I've asked Amy to reach out and see if we can sell the house. Okay, it'd be just the same as anything else. What you would do is you would buy a house. And then if you were a builder and you wanted materials, or if you were a person and you wanted to get a house, this would be an ideal opportunity for someone who had the equipment and the manpower to go in there and literally dismantle that house and take it. But at any rate, I don't have an answer for that yet. But if it's possible, then I would come back to you all and ask permission to list it for sale on gov deals, sell it. Okay, with the stipulation that it had to be dismantled and removed within 30 days. Okay, that would eliminate us having to tear down a lot of it that's there, and you know, it may have. I've not been in it. It may have some nice stuff that someone could use or might actually want for the materials because the building materials are so expensive now. All right, but at any rate, that's just a so. Um, is there any comments or anything that you would like to make before we actually vote on the ordinance? All right.
We'll have discussion after it's.
That's it. All right, so somebody had something to say, we can do.
Wait.
All right. So I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the ordinance approving and authorizing the purchase of real property located at 4705 8th Avenue, Vienna, Wood County, West Virginia. The purchase price of said property is $250,000. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of that ordinance on first reading. It's been moved and seconded. We approve the ordinance approving and authorizing the purchase. Is there any discussion?
I have a comment. So when this first came about, I really don't think it's the city's, that we should get into the real estate business and buying houses from people because because of the issue that's happened at this house. But after everything that's been discussed and Burgess and Nicholas looked at it, there were 3 recommendations that came back, and all 3 recommendations were $250,000 plus to solve the problem. And after extensive discussions with Mr. Matz and Burgess and Eiffel and so on and so forth, and we've talked about this over and over many meetings, I think my opinion about it has changed because of several different reasons. One reason is that if we went with one of the recommendations, that we possibly would be creating a problem downstream for somebody else because of the creek and everything else, that there would be enough capacity to get that water out of the area, and we would just be creating a problem down the road, and we can't anticipate what's going to happen there. I know it's been suggested many times that, oh, just raise the curb or their driveway to get in. That's not going to solve it. If you put a concrete pad over where the driveway is, that's not going to solve it. The water has to go somewhere. There's problems in this entire neighborhood. It's like a little bowl, and he just sits in the lowest part. So water's going to go where it's going to go. So there was another discussion about just trying to do it like within the street, retention within the street. We have an issue with too many utility lines. That's not an option. So I think that everything has been exhausted, and that really this is the only option, is to go ahead and purchase the house, have it torn down, and put in a retention system. It's not it's not favorable for me, but I do believe that's the only option. And my only caveat to it would be I would not want to have that house sit vacant for a long period of time. I don't think that's fair to the neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood, and it's not fair to any neighborhood, no matter where it is, for the city to buy that house and to not do anything after it closes. I think we need to, once it closes, to move on it quickly, to have it removed, and to go ahead and put the retention system in. So that's why I'm going to support this ordinance, and where my feelings are on that, I really think this is the best option. We've investigated everything. There's been a thorough process, and so I'm going to support it.
All right. Any other comments? All right. Then I'll call for the question. All those in favor of the ordinance on first reading, approving and authorizing the purchase of real property located at 4705 8th Avenue, Vienna, Wood County, West Virginia, please signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Um, Any utility board comments for today? Craig, any update on the sewer lift station with the?
Not yet. We did have another lift station go down today, but I don't know. We call it telecom lift station. The pumps burn up in it, so we're going to try to through it get till Monday. Then we're going to replace the pump and the panels with our new pumping system. So should take care of it.
Okay.
So we'll give you guys an update on price. I know we talked last week, and I dealt with this week. Well, our commercial accounts, we installed 2-inch meters for flow to them, and new car washes are being put in, being worked on now, and they signed up for their tap. A year ago to this date, I bought 2-inch meter pits. At that time, they was $285 a piece. I have one left. I need some more to replenish my stock. So I put out bids to get 4 more in. This year, they're $690 a piece. So 2.5 times more than what it was last year at this time. And what the kicker is, I thought, okay, I'll just order 2. And the distributor said, okay, that'll be 10 to 14 week delivery time on it.
Just for a meter box?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I can't stress enough is, when all the COVID happened and everything, we talked about shortage of supplies. You kind of worried about it. We keep a huge stock of things, but for this past since November last year through this year, it's really hit the public works hard on supplies, even hydrants. Hydrants, you're looking at 10 weeks to get them. The price of them has doubled. Any fittings you're buying, you're looking at double the price of what you did last year. And the supply of getting them in here is lengthy time. So, we joke around. We always got cities in Parkersburg, Williamstown, places we always share products. Didn't tap inside like different Parkersburg, Williamstown, different. We always shared our products. But the city was down, but now it's like that. I can't get one next week. it's gonna be 10 weeks before I get it. That scares me because our dressers, that's what we repair main lines. And try to keep 10 to 12 in hand of every size that we can. But, if I have a series of breaks, it's going to come to the point where I'm not going to have the product to fix these breaks. So it's getting that serious in the supply and demands on these fittings. So especially in plastic. Plastic is just gone. Forget it. So I'm worried. The city should be worried. The whole country should be worried about this. Okay. But it's not getting any better right now.
I actually saw the invoices that Craig was
Yeah.
talking about, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
You hate to get to the point where we have a break and we can't fix it. Yeah.
That would not be good.
No, that's not. So
Hmm.
that's mine. Thank you
Okay.
today.
All right. No other comments then. Thank you all for coming out. Meeting adjourned. We will see you next Friday at 1:00. Okay. What time you want, Steve? It's actually funny. I thought about you and I thought maybe it'd work out better for you if you did it at 3:00, because that way when you're done, you go home. Can you do 3? Can you do 3? Joe? 3:00's fine with me. So next meeting will be at 3:00. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.